Yo, what's up? Hello, people. My name is Clark Asari from Animal Studios, and welcome to another episode on TM3D Vibe. And it's been a long time, I know, and I had an issue with my laptop, and I had to fix it. But now I'm back, and we'll be having a tutorial every week. But today we're gonna learn something about stroking, and today's lesson, I'm just going to divide it into two. First, we're going to talk about the concept of stroking. Then we do a practical thing about stroking, which we're going to align it with a text. Then we'll insert it into a footage. There's one. Okay, so let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, so to create a stroke, the first thing that you have to do is to create a composition. Let's name it stroke concept. I'll leave this settings, then I'll set this to 2 seconds and leave it in black. Okay, then we'll click OK. So the next thing that we're going to do is to create a solid. Then we'll name it stroke, and that's it. Now what you have to understand is that strokes go around a max in After Effects. So to the kind of max that you draw is how you want your stroke to move, or how you want it to represent in your composition. So the first thing that you have to do is just to click on this pen tool, then you draw any max that you want. You hold it, it will curve it. Then you can continue clicking. If you have any knowledge about Photoshop, most of you guys are going to know about this. So if only you work in Photoshop, you know something about this. So first you just draw your max, then we have this. So the next thing that you're going to do is that you go to effects and preset. If you don't see it, you just have to come here and check this effects and preset, and you see it here. The next, you're going to set stroke. We need to come down here, we pick this, then we drag it onto the solid, and we're gonna have this. At first you're not gonna see anything, but to see what's going on, you just have to increase the size, and you see this white thing going on. Just uncheck this to remove the mask, then you see this here. Now you're gonna see this white thing here, and to control it, there's something here called start and the end. So the start is going to be the beginning of the stroke, and the end is going to be the last part of the stroke, which if I click here, which is this last part, and this is the beginning. So to see how it actually works, all you have to do is just increase the start, and you know that the start will be going through the max. Okay, and the end, which will be at this side, you decrease it, you see it's coming back to where it was. Now let's try and animate this. I'm just going to control this. I want to send it out of the shot to animate this. So to animate this, all you have to do is you click on the stopwatch. You just have to push your line to the start, then you click on the start and the end. You keyframe the start and the end, then you push it to about 25 frame, and you can increase the start to 100 and the end to 100. Now to see this, you just click on your solid and press U, and you see the keyframes. Now what you're gonna get is you're not gonna get anything, okay? And the only way you're going to see what is actually going on is actually by offsetting the start button. That's the last one. Just push it into the middle, then we will see what's actually going on. Let me just uncheck this and right here and press N. You see how fast that is. If you want to prolong it, we can drag this here and set this actually in the middle, and you see it'll start animating. So this is actually the concept of stroking. It is driven by a max, as you see here. If your max was not selected, you can just select your max here and it will just push it into it. And you can also click on the all max and it will just flow through. So this is actually the concept of stroking. Let's move on to the next one. So on the next one, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to create a new composition and name it stroke text. Leave everything the same. Maybe I'll set this to 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. Then click OK. And the first thing that we're going to do is create a text. I'm just going to type CM3 divide. CM3 is okay. Now try and center this as much as possible. Let me try doing this. You can use the align too, but I'm just using this as an example. Okay, now good. So the first thing that we want to do is I'm going to all right. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is just click or make the stroke. So I'm just going to create the stroke around this text. That's what I want. You can do it anyhow you want. You can draw any shape that you want and it will just move around it, or you can animate it as how we did in a concept and it will do as you want. So with this example, I just wanted to roll around this text and get off screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just create a solid and type stroke, leave it as it is, and don't worry about this. The next thing that you want to do is just drag your stroke into the box, and at the paint style, what you're going to do is just click on this. At the paint style, all you have to do is just change it from on original image to on transparent. You're going to see your text. So next, we're just going to draw a max, and I'm just going to click on the pen tool, click here and click, just draw a max around the text. Okay. Okay, there's a garbage max, but well, it'll be cute. So this is what I want to do. To edit the max, all you have to do is just click on the selection tool and just try to move it to your desired position. And I want it to be a bit close to this part. Yeah, just want it to be a bit close. Okay, so this is all I want. So the next thing that you're going to do is on the path, you're just going to click on the none and select the max. Okay, now you can click this off and just increase the brush size, and you're going to see that your stroke is now around it. Now you can see that it is not animated yet. Okay, it's not yet animated. So what we're going to do is just animate the start and the end like how we did in the beginning. So I'm just going to move to the start here and click and keyframe the start and keyframe the end. Okay, and I'm just going to drag this end to 0. Okay, and then I'll move to about I think I have to set this. Okay, and I'll move it about 10 frames. Then I'll just drag it to 100 and drag this to 100. Okay, so let's check this. Just click on the solid and just tap on U. And what I'll be doing is I'll drag the start to the middle like how we did. Now why do we have to drag it to the middle? Now when it's at the start, the stroke is actually going to follow the end. You won't see anything, but when we drag it a little or offset it a little, you will see that this is the length. Okay, this will be the length of the stroke. But if we move it further, you see that the length is actually enlarging, but I want it around here. Okay, purely around in the middle for it to look a bit good actually. All right, so that's it. Now you can see that in my example I did this dots stuff here. To get that kind of effect, all you have to do is try and decrease your spacing. I think you have to increase it, sorry, and you get these dots there, and you can see that it is actually perfectly animated. Now I think this is very fast, so what I'm going to do is just increase this to about 2 seconds. Then I'm just going to drag this here and drag it to the middle just like that, and let's check this out. Okay, I think it should be faster. Okay, so better. Okay, let me drag this back together. A lot of length. Better. Let me try adjusting this and let's see how it's going to look like. Okay, I'm going to take this. Sure, you can just make this nicer and just create it to your desired create it how you want it. I did a garbage bag, so it's not actually perfect, but the next thing that you want to do, you can see that I made some variations here, the colors and the glow and everything. So to get these kind of effect, all you have to do is just duplicate your stroke. Okay, you click on the stroke, then you tap on Ctrl D, and all you have to do is that you click on this, you press U, then you press U here. Now let's see what we're gonna do here. So at this part, that's the first one. All you have to do is just change the color to your desired color. Now you can see that all of them, or all the marks or the stroke, is turned into red. Now to make this white and red, all you have to do is just offset the start. Okay, you have to offset the start. All right, you can also offset it. And okay, let's put this here And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it again. Control D, press U, and I'm going to change this color to blue. Bad. I'm going to offset it again, and maybe, yeah, duplicate it again, and press U, and I'm going to change this to yellow. Great. And I can select all these and just move them here. Okay, so it's going to be this way. Boom. Okay, so now this is what we have, nice and clean. Okay, so I'm just gonna try this. Yep. I have this nice stain going on, so I'm just going to drag this back to have a long, that kind of long stuff there. And I'm going to drag this a bit forward here, and this also here. Yep. And the blue, where's the blue? Oh god, these are yellow, so I'm just going to drag it back and forward. Okay, it's not actually like a sample here, but well, we're just gonna use this. So this is what we have now. And we can see that it's great now. Now let's add our effects to the text. So now you can see that I'm done with the stroke and everything. Now I just want to animate the text a bit. You can do anything with the text, but make sure that it actually aligns with the stroke. Okay, it actually aligns with the stroke. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to bring in an effect called just type compensation. Oh god, compensation. Okay, I'm just going to drag this up. Just going to drag this up so that I can see it well. Optic compensation, that's what it's called. And you drag it on the text. Now what is this going to do? Is actually going to give it a nice fit. So I'm not going to explain this much. We are actually talking about stroking. So reverse distort. Let me check this out. Oh, yeah. So that's it. We give it an amount of, that's that. Then in the start, just gonna click, just gonna key the field of view. Then we go to about that size, or about this side, perfectly. Yeah, around there. Then we type in 0. Boom, and it's back. And click on this and press U. You're gonna see the keyframe there. So let's check it out. Okay, it's kind of early, so let me just drag it here. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get. Nice. I think this is great. So the next thing that we want to do is I'm going to add opacity to this effect so that after it is out of frame, it can just disappear or something like that. So what I'm going to do is just go to, let's click here and go to the opacity, the transform actually, and click 100% here, then go a bit up here, then turn it down to 0, and this is what we're gonna get. That's kind of nice, but I want to increase this a bit to get to it for it to slow in. That's kind of nice. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, you can see that I'm getting this clone here. Okay, you can see that I'm getting this clone here. I'm getting clones on the stroke and everything. So what we're going to do is add the clones to the strokes. Okay, so on the first one, we're just going to go in here. You can also go to effects, also just click here, that's the stroke. Then go to effects, stylize, then click on glow. Perfect. Now we have the glow in here. So to get this actually to work, you just have to increase your intensity, increase your radius. Okay, and just need a little tweaking to get this actually nice and clean. Intensity up. Perfect. Now you just need this, so all you have to do is just click on the glow, Control C, then click and select the rest of the 3 strokes. That's holding Control and clicking, then Control V. Then you can see that all of them are glowing right now, and we'll get something like this. Which is great. So the next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to add glow to the text for it to give us a pop when it actually goes around. It needs to affect the glow of the stroke to affect the text itself. Just give it a nice effect. And I'm going to add a glow to this. So I go to effects, stylize, and click on glow. Okay, so I'm actually going to work on this. Gonna increase the intensity a lot to get some radius around here. Okay, and increase match threshold. Okay, just gonna try this a bit. Okay, let's have something good. So I'm going to check this out. Okay, so let's have this. So what you're going to do is that you go to the start, or actually go to the middle, and then you click, then you key the glow intensity. Okay, let's tap on you to see this. You tap on the glow intensity, then you come a bit here, that's to the start, around that part, that is about 10 frames or 11 I think, and you just turn this down to 0. Boom. Okay, and you're gonna get something like this. And I think here too, you just have to set this to 0. Bring this here to, then you set it up to 0. Just to give it like oof. I don't know if I'm sounding good here. Boom. I think it's kinda early. Okay, but let me just give it a little space. Boom. More space. Okay. Boom. Now you have something like that. Okay, that's great. So one thing I'm gonna add is a light sweep. I'm not going to animate the light sweep, but I just have to add it to give it a little pop. So let's type light sweep here. Sweep, that's CC light sweep. Then we drag it into the text. And what we're gonna do here is let me see intensity. I'm just gonna think it's okay. Let's leave it like that, and let me see what's gonna happen. Good. Yeah, we didn't get exactly how this worked, but I just wanted to show you the concept, how it's actually working, how it's actually flowing. So you can just go inside your glow, okay, and just adjust the intensity more anyhow you want it to be. Just have to increase it for it to look good. That's all you need. Good. You can also try and duplicating your glow, which you get a glow to, and I think you have to drop down the gonna get a high one like that. So let's check it out. Boom. Then the next thing that you have to do is just select all the keyframes, then tap on F9 for it to get easy ease. And it's gonna have a nice effect. We actually didn't get exactly, but I think you are getting what I want to draw out here. Just keep tweaking the figures how you want it to be and everything for it to look good. Yeah. So the next thing that we want to do is just bring in our footage and just fix it in. So I have a footage here. I'm just going to bring it into a comp. Yep. Which is this kind of me singing, and I'm going to bring the animation that we did into this. So it's actually stroke text. Just going to bring it in here. So you are going to bring it around here. So let me just put this in and trim this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna get. We have already animated it, so all we have to do is just bring this composition into this composition. We're gonna get this. Wait a minute. It's actually large because the resolution of what we did was actually 1080p, and this resolution is even different. So what we have to do is that go here. Let me turn off the sound and tap X and just bring it down. Okay. Then we'll get something like this. Just simple and nice. You can tweak it more for it to look good. You can do it even more nicer and more prettier than I did. You can see that in this example, it was actually great than what I actually did in this tutorial. Actually not gonna get the same thing, but you understand what I'm trying to bring out here. Thank you for watching this tutorial. My name is Clark Asari, and if you've reached this level of the tutorial, please click on the like button and also click on the subscribe to also support me. If you want me to push further into the stroke and go to the advanced level of the stroke, you can also leave your comment down there for me to get back to you and also to answer your questions. You can also like my Facebook page, that is facebook.com/cm3d vibe, and also check it out, like my content and everything. You can also go to my animation studio, that's the animation page. I'll leave all the links down there for you to like it. Thank you for joining me on this tutorial. I'm glad and I hope that you learned something. Thank you. See you later. Clockwise.